Okay, hey, let's try this wonderful Tuesday evening. This is Santos Rolon Jr. here on NXTL Consulting, and I truly hope that you today made it a super fantastic, terrific, over the top day, in spite of and because of. I was talking to a good friend today. Well, he's a great friend, somebody that I recently met online. I kind of classify him as a network marketer who is also a fan or a practicer of self-development or self-mastery, as I like to call it. I also like to refer to the success walk as a paradigm optimization. Paradigm optimization. Let me ask you a quick question before I go on. Do you know what paradigm optimization is all about? Do you know what the word paradigm means? Okay, I know you're smarter than maybe I am making you feel, and that's okay. You want to be smarter than I'm making you feel, right? I'm smarter than I feel. In fact, I'm smarter than I look. So I wanted to just shoot a video here, a short video, and just talk about the subject of self-talk, positive self-talk. And wow, that is really it's a deep subject. It's a really deep subject when you really think about it. Now, I didn't know a whole lot about positive self-talk. I really didn't know anything about mirror talk. You know, when you actually get in front of the mirror and you look at those beautiful eyes of yours and you start commanding yourself, you start telling yourself, actually, you're also telling your brain, you're telling your conscious thinking and your subconscious, along with the reptilian part of your brain, what you're going to do and how you're supposed to behave and what you believe in. You see, I was telling my friend earlier today that your words, your own words, are more powerful than anybody else's words. And I was thinking of my own life. I was thinking of my testimony, which I'm always thinking. I'm always brainstorming. And this was some time that I was thinking, man, how in the world did I change my life? How in the world did I get myself to be in this positive state of superior gratitude and an optimistic, superior, positive mindset? How did I get here? And I also refer to it as mind or paradigm optimization. You know, I do a number of rituals on myself every day, and I've been working on myself. I call it, once again, as I mentioned earlier, self-mastery. By the way, I appreciate you on the other side of the screen. I really do. And do you practice self-development? Do you practice self-mastery? I consider self-mastery to be one of the greatest joys of living. It's improving oneself to the maximum. Have you ever heard anybody say, well, I'm sure you have. I've heard many people, and I didn't quite understand it when they used to say this, especially this one girlfriend of mine from years ago. She used to say, I'm going to live life to the fullest. And I thought, wow, I wonder what she really means by that. You know, she was a little bit of a partier, a little bit of a smoker, and just loved to hang out with, I imagine, probably some of her negative buddies. Anyways, I haven't heard from her in a very long time, but I kind of understand that terminology, to live life to the fullest. I understand that terminology today as this. Living life to the fullest is when you are doing what you love. And you're doing what you love, and you love what you're doing. You're living every single day on a natural high. You're on a natural high. You don't really need anything to to sustain your inner joy. All the things around us, like the cars and the nice home and the simple music and the great friends and great food and great pleasures, all of that just adds to your inner joy. But all of those things that are around us, that's all just external temporary joy. Inner joy comes from knowing who you truly are and where you want to go in life. Self-mastery. So, wow, what an introduction. I said all of that to talk about positive self-talk. Now, I'm just going to talk just a little bit here, since I've made a pretty good introduction here for 5 minutes. What is self-talk? Or what is mirror talk? Mirror talk is actually when you start commanding yourself in front of the mirror, as I mentioned a little earlier. You're looking into those beautiful eyes of yours. Mine's just so happened to be a nice color of brown. And you look into those beautiful eyes of yours and you just start, man, you just have at it. You start talking to yourself. You start commanding yourself. And you talk to yourself as if you're basically taking full control of all your faculties, and you're basically putting a demand on how you are going to live every day. Now, you're not going to be perfect starting out, obviously, but every day that you do this, the more that you do this, it becomes habitual. And of course, that's what we want. We want to create positive habits, right? We want to reinforce positive paradigms. We don't want to try to destroy the negative ones. We want to reinforce the positive ones, because they will overcome the negative ones. You know, we don't want to focus on what we shouldn't be doing. We want to focus on what we should be doing. So positive self-talk, I believe personally, was probably one of the rituals that took my life to another level. I mean, I believe if someone truly wants to change their life quickly and effectively, start talking to yourself. And you know, you do the mirror talks, and then you can also do your talk outside of mirror talks. I mean, I talk to myself all the time. And if I'm in my car, if I'm by myself, I'm talking to myself. If I'm walking down the street or wherever I'm at, I could be, right now I'm sitting right next to my dad at a care facility right here in Stockton, in Cal. It doesn't matter to me who hears me. I'm recording this video because I'm giving, and I'm a giver. Are you a giver? You need to tell yourself in the mirror, I'm a giver. I'm going to give. So basically, positive self-talk, mirror talks, that's the way I do it. I mean, you don't have to, you can follow my patterns. You can actually, I'm sure you're getting some ideas as you're listening to this video. But here's what I recommend. I recommend that you watch this video at least a couple times with a piece of paper or a pad or a tablet or a smartphone, and you take some notes. How could you take these rituals that I'm talking about, that I use on my life personally, to change my life? I mean, I feel like I'm living the dream every day. You can use this to change your life starting right now. But you can take these rituals of self-talk and you can formulate your own. I mean, you can get creative with them, just like affirmations. In fact, I'm going to be talking a little bit more about some other rituals and how I have used them, how I have taken them and formulated them and made them personal. You know, I listen to my mentors, my coaches, and I take what they have to share. And of course, I watch their videos over and over and over, hours and hours of watching videos. I do read, and I learn. I take things and I put it together and I make them personal. And that's what I do. I apply it. Because, you know, it doesn't do you any good to watch videos or read books or do affirmations or do self-talk. Well, if you do self-talk, that means you're doing it. You got to apply what it is that you're hearing. That's the only way that you're going to get the victory, you know. And you know, you just, whatever area of life you're struggling with, just tell yourself, command yourself to do the opposite of it. You know, if you're afraid of people, well, start talking to yourself to be bold, to be courageous. And then those times out, when you're out in the marketplace, or you're with your family, or you're at work, or you're running your business, those times to become bold and become courageous, they're going to present themselves right in front of you. Remember, when you feel that moment, seize that moment and act upon what you're telling yourself to do. That's the key. You know, you got to apply. You have to apply what you learn, because knowledge is not power. Knowledge applied is power. And your words that you speak to yourself, they're going into your ear, they're going into your subconscious, they're producing paradigms, you're creating new positive habits. Your own words are so powerful. If you get a hold of what I'm telling you right here, your own words, your own speech are life, is life to you. So that's all I'm going to say. I don't want to keep this video any more than it is. I'll talk a little bit more on another video about positive self-talk. But just remember, if you want to turn your life around, if you want to start doing it today, if you want to become more bold, you want to become more courageous, you want to become more successful, you want to have a business, you want to be a better father, better mother, better relationship person, whatever, take command and start speaking to yourself life, because I believe that the power of life and death is in the tongue. This is Santos Rolon Jr. on Next Level Consulting. I will see you at the top on my next video. Don't forget, subscribe, comment below, and share my video. Make it a super fantastic, terrific, over the top day, daily, in spite of and because of. I will see you on my next video. And thank you. I appreciate you for your time.